Okay.
Okay. Already done.
Then we'll move on to advertising and promotions. Where we at on that?
Well, the last meeting, there was a motion to have Barbara write up something for the Exponent Telegram. And the same information that I wrote, I submitted to the local paper, which they did print. And the Exponent Telegram chooses what it considers to be news. So I guess maybe basically what I'm coming back to the board is, you know, are you looking at what we think is news to be advertising because Clarksburg Exponent does not? And are we wanting a monthly article to the Clarksburg Exponent, and are we going to pay for that advertising, or are you looking at other avenues? You know, that was, you know, I was just responding basically to the request from the last meeting and showing that, you know, just because we think something is newsworthy does not necessarily make it so.
No, they didn't want to print it.
They did not respond to print it. Did you see it in the paper? I did not.
And any
And-
newspaper
Well,
decides what they
No.
want to print. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought
so
that you might have talked to them personally about it.
I did not talk to them personally. I can't always do that, but I correspond, you know, via email, and I sent it to them and said, if you have any questions, let me know. I gave contact information for Randy and for Clint, and, you know, they did not consider it newsworthy, or it would have been followed up on.
I don't feel that we can pay with that kind of information as a paid ad. We don't need to be
What
doing
kind of information was it that you had written down?
I wrote up how the number of responses by the DCAA has improved over previous services. I can't remember everything that I put in there, but
I have the emails up at least.
yeah, I didn't print it out, but
Well, here's my thought on the whole daggone thing, and I've preached this ever since I've been on the board. The general public needs to know what's going on. And if you can't get the local paper to print it, what you want them to print, or what the facts are, then you need to go somewhere else.
but the local paper did print it.
Well.
It did get in the local
A lot of
paper.
things are sent to the local paper that didn't get printed.
There have been some, yes.
Personally, I would be against going outside the county if we could get what we needed printed in our local paper. I don't want to go up there and give Cecil Highland Airs my money out of Doddridge County. I'm in favor of keeping it right here in the county, but the fact still remains. Every citizen of this county has got a right to know what's going on in this meeting.
Mhm.
And we can't go out here and talk to them one-on-one and tell them, you know. We got to find out a way to let the general public know what we're doing, what we're about, what's happening. That's my opinion.
Well, I don't think anyone's disputing that. I guess the question is, how do we do it without getting
Well-
charged a whole bunch of money in advertising?
Did we find out, does anybody know what it costs per column in the newspaper, or how much, in other words, could we sit down and write us an article in the paper, and if the local paper didn't print it, then can we find out by how many lines or how big the article is, approximately what it would cost us to put it in the Clarksburg paper, or the Pittsburgh paper, or, some paper that's circulated in this county.
Well, I'm of the opinion that if we're gonna advertise in another paper that's in this county, it should be that mailer that they send out from the Clarksburg Expo, that everybody in Doddridge County gets it, Salem and Doddridge County. They send a
The
special-
extra.
Yeah, they send a special thing out, and I don't know what the rates on that are. I think that the problem that we've had is that there've been so many polarizing comments in the local paper, that there are a lot of people that aren't reading it anymore. I think that there are some people who, I've been asked, we have put articles in there, and I've been asked, how come we never put any articles in there? And I'm like, well, we put a few, but sometimes they're buried in some of the other stuff that's in there.
Well, I like that Randy is doing CPR classes, and that he's, now, the gas company were, people who were not Doddridge County folks, but going to starting points and working with the fire departments and, doing those kinds of things and offering CPR classes to the public in general. I think that is advertising, that's letting people know what we're doing. Supporting the Doddridge County Elementary School West Test promotion. Did y'all see that? Did you actually see the t-shirts? I brought one.
Barbara, I agree with you on that.
But I think we need to be supporting the organizations and working through them. That way we're affecting the people in, the people in Doddridge County. I mean, we could purchase an ad in the county fairs bulletin or whatever they have, that flyer that they have. That supports the county fair. It helps them to pay their bills. It's advertising and promotion for us, and that's all within the county. Yes, there are people who come from out of the county, but we're supporting a local place. I think those are the avenues that we need to be looking at, where we're supporting local and dealing with local people. I don't mind writing articles, I don't mind doing that, but it's impersonal. And at the same time that there's one article in there, then there tends to be 3 or 4 more that are just
Present the other side.
blasting the other side,
Yeah.
which is, it's all fair and right for anybody to do, because everybody has their opinion. But our most effective means of letting the people know what Doddridge County Ambulance Authority is about